Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we've been decoding the Bible extractions that we got from the section of changes we agreed to do. And I just put out a video where we converted all those 60 letters into numerological numbers. And I'll provide that link. And I also want to say that since I started running the watching TV, it's a bad habit. I should turn it off, right? But Um, since I've been running these random letters out of the random letter generator, um, I've been thinking about how I've been doing the whole thing, and I went far out of my way to make a couple of those go through some categories, and by that I mean I accepted some stuff that was there that I may not have presented in a video. Um, for the actual Mandela Effect extractions. But I found something and I said, okay, well, it passes then. Um, Trying to make the extraction or the random letters go through. And I was successful a few times, and a couple of times there was even a pattern there randomly, but uh, not every time. And, um, there was no real pattern to a lot of them that I was doing at first, and then I ran into a couple, like I said in my previous video, that I predicted were going to go through with some sort of a pattern just because I recognized um, a pattern, not the exact letters, but a similar pattern from one of our extractions. I said, oh, this one ought to go through and present a pattern. And it did. So I was able to predict that. But a couple of them I scraped by just to scrape them by, just to say that I scraped them by. And when I did this finance numbers decode here, I found myself wanting to try to make this not go through instead of trying to get it to go through. And so now I've decided to run. I decided before I did this to run the other end of that spectrum. So instead of running groups of 4, 5, 3 to see what would go and what wouldn't, I decided I was simply going to run blocks of 4. And 4 seems like a good number with all that. And if blocks of 4 didn't run, then I was going to say it doesn't run. And then I was going to go ahead and mark that, and then go ahead and see what I could get through scrambling them a little bit. But they went through in blocks of 4, so there was nothing I could do. And one result was particularly interesting to me, and I almost discounted it until I really thought about it, and then I decided I couldn't discount it, to be fair. So we'll get into that, but I'll provide the link where we did the extractions, guys, and your numbers wound up being 5, 9, 5, 2, 9, 5, 1, 1, 6, 2, 2, 3. And if we can get them here, I don't know. Here they are. They start here and go all the way to the end, and they come back in order. Those are the numbers extractions we got from the letters. All right. And also, I'm looking at a couple of different things, guys. I'm looking at a couple different ways to get stuff out of these. We've already got, I think this is some pretty good data. Um, And I know the numbers are solid, assuming the changes are correct and I counted right. So we got good hard numbers. Um, for our variance percentages, we got some fairly solid charts, and that's definitely data too that we can use. Um, and I found some. I went and looked into encryptions and stuff, and I found a way to enter our extractions and have them encrypted or decrypted with mono alphabetical substitutions, and then you have a longer list. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with that because it's pretty cool. The only thing I could think is to run them just like we're running them now and see what's there and what isn't there. But we'll look into that in the future. But as far as these go, we're coming forwards through finance now, and 9556 ended up being Bullington Wilson Ltd. On the International Exchange. All right, that was your first one. Then you move on from that. You have 1765, which ended up being Hope Education Group Company Ltd. On the Hong Kong Exchange. All right. 95. If you move from that, you have 5391, and 5391 ends up being A&A Material Corporation on the Tokyo Exchange, or TYO. I thought that was Tokyo, but I think Tokyo is TSE. But anyway, on the TYO, and if you move on from that, you have 7111, and that ends up being a Big Blockchain Intelligence Group Incorporated on the Frankfurt Exchange. All right. If you move on from that, you have 5142. Make sure I'm right here. Yep, and then 5142. You have Achilles Corporation on the TYO. All right. And looks like I'm going to be fighting my internet for this upload because I'm not able to click into this. But Achilles Corporation. Then if you move on from that, guys, you have 8582, which I thought was going to be my wall, until I realized you have Securities Act of 1933, release number 8582, June 14th, 2005, administrative proceedings, or administrative proceeding. And this is the United States of America before the Securities Exchange Commission. All right. So there's that. And that's actually relatively relevant. So even though it wasn't on a stock market or it wasn't an investing company. So we move on from that. And you got 5171. And you end up with Kim Loon Corporation, BHD, on Morningstar. And you're 5171. All right. If you move on from that, you get 1117, which ends up being China Modern Dairy Holdings Ltd. on the Hong Kong Exchange. All right. And if you move on from that, you end up with 1951, which ends up being Kiowa Exo Corporation on Market Watch. All right, it's not wanting to come up for me right now, but lucky me, I wrote them down. Oh, there it is. So yeah, Kiowa Exio Corporation. And their switch quote is 1951. Japan, Tokyo. All right. Well, good thing I got to read that because it's gone already. So if you move on from that, you get 2142. And 2142 ends up being Bank of Ningobo Company, but we don't seem to have any quotes data on this company. Either the company has delisted or there has been an error. Well, I'm pretty sure there could be an error, but it looks like the company is no longer listed. And I thought that would be the end of the road, although there is another hit on this. And I know my internet's gone, so by clicking back, I may get. Oh, you also get SKF India, target of RS2142. That's target price of RS2142. So, and everything else here I would throw out, especially now that I'm running these more stringently. And I got to thinking about possible reasons that could no longer be listed. And then you think about if they got calculated with a quantum computer, or a quantum network, just like our position in the universe. You know, if anyone, I mean, that changed. Sure, that could be a psyop. Why not? You did see psi warfare in here, but nonetheless, just like anything else, it can be affected, right? And in this case, it could have been affected in a bad way that is now not listed. So, because of those questions, I had to include those guys, even though they're not there. So, and believe me, I was gonna try to make this not go, but that's a legitimate question. Why aren't they there? And in theory, if they did get calculated, that could affect them poorly. So, we're gonna include that information. And if you move on from that, you have 9412, which ends up being Sky Perfect JSAT Holdings Incorporated on the TYO. All right. And if you move on from that, you have 3633, which winds up being Zhongyu Gas Holdings Limited on the Hong Kong Exchange. All right. If you move on from that, you have 8595, which ends up being Jafco Company Ltd. And that's on the TYO as well. And if you move on from that, you have 2951, which ends up being 2951 HKGE Household International Holdings Ltd. And you're in Bloomberg. All right. If you move on from that, you wind up with 2622. And by the way, I actually ran this 26223 as 6 numbers, and something came up. All right. And then I decided that I said they were running in blocks of 4, or we weren't counting it. So instead of saying it went through and writing that down, I went back and made the last 6 letters or numbers 2 blocks of 4. To see if it would not go through. And instead of that, you got 2622 ended up being Fidelity Global Income Portfolio SR F5. All right. You got a stock chart on that. And then you got to, then if you take 6223, which is the last four, you wind up with MPI Corporation on Market Watch. And that takes you through going forwards in finance, stock market. And 1 second, guys, gotta pause this. Okay, excuse me for that, but that gets you through going forwards in the finance category. And it went through exactly the way I said it was going through, or else. A lot of times it's it's three numbers that go through. You know, when you have shorter codes or when you have shorter extraction lists, sometimes even two. But in this case, with 60 numbers, I decided that if they didn't go through in four, we were going to say it didn't go through. And that is because I'm trying to be more stringent. I'm trying to really, really test things now. We want good data, and we've got some. We've definitely got some. So I think we can get more even, and I think we got a good method, and I think we can expand that method with those encryptors that use monoalphabetical substitutions. It's codes, and they encrypt letter substitutions, and suddenly you have a longer extraction. And they do that automatically if you type in your. I've typed in the extractions of one of the ZZ top ones, ESBUYGET, and got quite a code back. And trying to decide, well, what do you do with that? Well, maybe we run it just like we're running it. See what's there and see what isn't there. I'm not sure. And I'm working on something with the charts, with our charts on the side as well. Going to try to run them through something that will turn that pattern into sound and see what we get. And I think I found a tool that may be able to do that. So we'll see. It won't be perfect because I don't have it in my chart. I'm just trying to mimic the pattern in my paint application, and then see what sound the pattern makes, if that makes sense. Maybe it'll even say something for all I know. But that was an idea that I got, and we're gonna see if I can possibly do it. And I don't know when that's gonna be, but anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Some interesting stuff, and it goes through, and we'll see how it comes back, or if it comes back. We're gonna do the same thing, blocks of 4. And I'm gonna start running the extractions probably just a little bit differently. I'll be trying to get the random ones to go through and trying to get our extractions not to. Why not, right? Let's see what happens. So anyway, that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.